Being around ultra-wealthy. A route to success. Hi guys. I've always been very good at sneaking into places where I'm not supposed to be. A few examples of this are a private yacht party in Monaco after the Grand Prix. VIP at Ushuaia in Ibiza brushing shoulders with multimillionaires. And most recently a beach club party in Marbella that was €16,000 for entry. I am not wealthy by any means. Currently earning around £50,000 from my 9-5 and £8,000 from my 5-9. But after being around these people, getting to know multimillionaires on first-name basis and having them on WhatsApp, they often invite me to exclusive parties and meets with other multimillionaires. Not many of them know that I'm not actually mega rich. A couple of times I've been offered opportunities that normally only get offered to the mega wealthy. For example, we have a jet going from London to Ibiza that day if you want to hop on. See it as a favor, which of course I said yes to. After all this, I've seen a side to life which is completely different to my reality. It lit a fire inside me to make me want to be mega wealthy again, which I haven't had since I was much younger. Do you guys think being around these kinds of people is beneficial if you want their lifestyle? Eventually. Oh, sweet summer child. Have you learned nothing from the Tom-Greg dynamic? In my experience, the only lucrative thing about hanging around super rich people is that you will occasionally get an opportunity to invest in something that you might not otherwise have access to. Save your money and keep your ears open. Also, remember that super rich people may have a far different risk tolerance than you do. Your best bet is to hang around old money and marry into it. Take some horse riding lessons. Get in good shape and fix your teeth if you have bad dental work. I have a couple friends that did this. Some signed prenups and others didn't. Keep in mind George Washington married money and it worked out. How in the hell does this stuff keep getting posted in a subreddit theoretically dedicated to people methodically founding and building businesses? We need some kind of screen or get rich quick Wednesdays for all the goofy ass schemes. Probably not. Wealthy people are actually pretty good at sussing out hangers-on. That doesn't mean they'll ban you from the yacht. That just means your association is probably not going to be financially lucrative for you unless you have some sort of skill they need. Right now, you're partying with them. Unless you fill some sort of other need. That's all you'll be doing. What skills do you have or could you learn? I went to a party like that and everyone was so fake. The only interesting part about them was all the shit they bought. I'm not hating. Maybe I just got a bad batch. But I always thought it'd be different. Cool story, bro. But they know you're a fraud, 100%. You might try marrying one of them. Of course, keep in mind those that marry for money usually end up earning it. This may be one of the weirdest things I've read in here. Even if this is as pretty doubtful as it sounds like some rightfully rejected Gossip Girl episode. What in the shit does this have to do with being an entrepreneur? As saying go, show me your friends and I will show you your future. If I see you with 5 idiots, you will be the 6th one. If see you with 5 wealthy people, you will be the 6th one. Just learn from them. Good luck. Are you a dude or a woman? I did the same thing. I watched Succession too. As the old saying goes, hang around a barbershop long enough, you're bound to get a haircut. I would just find a very obscure penny stock company and sell some bridges. Reminds me of that show Finding Anna lol. Yes. Keep attending. listening and try to give back value where you can too. My guess is that in time, you'll notice an opportunity or problem that some of them have, and can probably turn that into a good business. It worked for Epstein. Well, no. Being around them is not good, and try to be yourself. The only thing I see from that is if you have a real business idea and look for financing. OFC, they will want a benefit in return, so it has to be something good. Mega wealthy don't brush shoulders with outsiders and bring them into the financial circle. Then again, if you're a guy they see regularly and they offer you an opportunity, take it. I'm sure they know you're not rich, but they like you. You are one of them already minus the money. People are people. You don't bow down to them or make them feel superior. They already have enough people that will cater to them. Just be you. You will get there. Ask what you can do to get ahead. And listen. But don't beg or plead. Someday you may be on lifestyles of the rich and famous. Is that still a thing? Get at me. I'm looking for investors for a lithium mine I have in Zimbabwe. Every investor wants to do it but don't have the correct sanctions and aren't citizens but am, and I have the plan. I don't think what OP is doing is too hard to believe. About ago a buddy of mine went to a minor league hockey GSM and somehow convinced some guy he was in THR Anheuser-Busch family tree and was thinking of getting naming rights to the complex. They set him up with a suite in that moment and just catered to him. He asked for different contact info and a lot of questions and said he'd have someone set up a meeting. My guy was in sales for industrial fridges and a long way from that family. From my experience, some of the richest are also the cheapest. Doubt this is happening often, but if it is, it's probably new money. How do you get into these things? No. There is a big difference being ultra wealthy and becoming ultra wealthy. Know the difference. Find people in your own state. I knew people who knew mega-rich people. They don't all dress fancy though. There are very modest rich people, too. I was introduced to a couple that was in the top one who you would think is just your average looking person on the streets. So I believe you. You could not dress or appear wealthy and people still might think you are for just being there. You are mistaking wealth with business. They aren't the same thing. Successful business people don't spend $16K on a party in Ibiza. If you're good at judging business ideas, you have a tremendous capital network to support you. Rich people don't always have time to do research. Bringing good ideas can add value. Make yourself useful. Ask them what they wish they could spend more time doing. Then help them do that by either organizing it and taking a cut or offering ways to reduce effort on their existing time sinks. If you're actually pulling this off, then seems to me that you should milk it for all it's worth. Hang around these folks as much as possible and absorb all that you can without tipping your hand. You'll eventually know what insights to keep and what to discard. I can't know how it will pay off. And you would probably never guess. But if you don't reach for it, I'd bet it will fall into your lap one day. Looks like my skill of making killer cocktails won't cut it then. Time to hit the books. I think potentially. It depends what your actual skills are. Could you get a job with one of them? Do you have any skills that provide value to them? Do you have something that they can invest in that you have a proven track record with? If not and you only want to party with them, then I doubt being around them would exponentially add to your success other than being able to say I know so and so. Sure. But you'll probably have to marry one of them.